Terence Crawford's going to have to outpoint him. He's going to have to throw punches to win this fight. And when you look at Canelo, what is his fighting style? His fighting style is his ability to counterpunch. And because of that, I just think that it's going to be too much for Terence Crawford. We're going to be talking about the Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fight that is happening in September. I am very, very excited about this fight. And the way I look at this fight is I believe that Canelo Alvarez is going to win this fight. But if Terence Crawford wins this fight, and I think it is a very outside chance, he, to me, cements himself as the best boxer post-Floyd Mayweather. That post-Floyd Mayweather era, which to me is 2017 on, he cements himself as the best boxer of that era. And there were some great boxers in this era of boxing. You talk about Alexander Usyk. You talk about Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford is a guy you talk about. Gennady Golovkin is a guy that you talk about. Vasily Lomachenko. These are great boxers. But I don't think there will be a more impressive victory than if Terence Crawford goes up multiple weight classes to beat Canelo Alvarez. That would be a historical moment in boxing. And that's what I want to happen. I want Terence Crawford to win this fight because I want to be there and witness a historical moment in boxing. But will that happen? I just don't see that happening because at the end of the day, Terence Crawford is an extremely talented and amazing fighter, but he's going up multiple weight classes to fight somebody who is extremely talented and a great fighter. And I just don't see Terence Crawford being able to get the job done, mainly because of the style of the fight, right? How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? Terence Crawford is going to beat Canelo Alvarez by outpointing him. He's not going to knock Canelo Alvarez out. That's just not going to be the case. Canelo Alvarez has fought way more powerful punchers than Terence Crawford. He fought Gennady Golovkin, one of the most powerful punchers of his era. Like Gennady Golovkin was one of the most feared maybe the most feared fighter in that era where he was in his prime. And Canelo Alvarez took his best shot multiple times and walked through it. Like you talk about Sergey Kovalev, again, another guy who was an extremely powerful puncher who Canelo Alvarez went up weight classes to fight him. And he took his punches as well. Can he handle Terence Crawford's power? Absolutely, he can handle it. And not only that, I think that you have to look at the style of this fight as well. Like I said, a few minutes here, Terence Crawford's going to have to outpoint him. He's going to have to throw punches to win this fight. And when you look at Canelo, what is his fighting style? His fighting style is his ability to counterpunch. And because of that, I just think that it's going to be too much for Terence Crawford. Now, when you look at, and you rank the fighters, again, in this post-Floyd era, to me, Terence Crawford, even if he loses this fight, I still think you can make a really good case that he's the best fighter post-Floyd. Like me personally, I think Alexander Usyk is the best fighter post-Floyd. I mean, that dude is just filthy. But I don't think Crawford's legacy is affected at all if he does not beat Canelo Alvarez. But I will say this, Canelo Alvarez's legacy is completely, not completely tarnished, but like there's going to be a people are going to look at him a little differently. I think a lot differently because of the fact that, a fighter came up multiple weight classes and beat him. Like that's not good. Like that's not a good look for his legacy. And ultimately, like, do I think this is going to be a great fight? I don't know how great of a fight this is actually going to be. Like, I think that Canelo Alvarez is going to be dominant in this fight because I think that Canelo Alvarez is going to win this fight by knockout. I just think that Canelo Alvarez, again, when we talk about his ability to counterpunch and that being his ultimate, gift that he has and the thing that really gets him to the finish line, that to me it's just going to be too much for Crawford. And again, I commend Crawford for coming up and fighting Canelo Alvarez because that is an extremely tall task, right? I mean, you're talking about going up multiple weight classes and fighting Canelo Alvarez. But I kind of look at this as the Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence fight, where you have a guy like Mikey Garcia who is a tremendous fighter, very technically sound, but he's just going up and fighting a guy multiple weight classes ahead of him. And not only that, like I will say this though, because Canelo Alvarez, I think he started out at 147. Stefan, if you could give me the weight class that Canelo Alvarez started off at, I'd greatly appreciate that. He started out 147. I'm sorry about that. And he went up weight classes, right? Terence Crawford fought in that 140, 147 range for a good bit of time there. So it is interesting because Canelo went up multiple weight classes and Crawford is going up multiple weight classes. So if he is going to fight somebody in a higher weight class, I think that this is actually a fight that makes sense just because of the fact that Canelo Alvarez did fight in, lower, like in around the same weight class. But ultimately, it's just going to be too much. And I think that Canelo Alvarez is going to win this fight. And I think that, even though I have so much love for Terence Crawford, and I don't think this diminishes his legacy whatsoever, I just think that when you talk about a fighter as skilled as Canelo and you're going up multiple weight classes, like it's just going to be too difficult for him. But I mean, man, I really want it to happen. I really want Terence Crawford to win this fight, but I got to be objective. Terence Crawford is one of my favorite fighters of all time. Like easily in my top 5 of favorite boxers of all time. But ultimately, again, it's just going to be too much.